I'm a guy who loves stories. I really love them. The movie A Christmas Story feels like a dare. It's a movie called A Christmas Story with the word story right in the title. Yet it somehow forgot to include an actual story. It's like titling your book The Great American Novel and then filling it with grocery lists and half-remembered things about your neighbor's dog. My name is Eric Wilfred Watson. I'm a novelist, I'm a storyteller, I'm a guy who occasionally ruins family get-togethers by expressing unpopular opinions such as, I don't like A Christmas Story. The movie is not terrible, that would at least be interesting, but it is overrated, shapeless, and astonishingly boring for a movie with the word story in its title. As a writer, as an avid reader and movie lover, I'm drawn to a good story. I always have been. A story needs momentum, conflict, escalation, resolution. Characters want things, they face obstacles, and they come out changed on the other side. And I don't mean changed like they got a lamp shaped like a leg. A Christmas Story, however, seems proudly opposed to the idea of telling an actual story. As I've said on this channel before, events occurring in a sequential order is not the same thing as a story. Each scene in this movie could be shuffled around like a deck of cards and represented in a different order, and it wouldn't impact the story, such as it is, of the movie. If the order of events was different, it wouldn't really matter. But a good story wouldn't work if you rearranged the events. But a good story has events happen because other events happened, not just after events happen. Ralphie wants a BB gun. Everyone tells him no. He gets a BB gun. That's not a story arc, that's a shopping list. But it really wouldn't matter if the fudge swear word scene happened at a different time than the department store Santa. Those events happen, not leading to other events. It's just one thing happens after another thing. What we have here is a film that mistakes recollection for narrative. It's one long, remember when, like the kid being bundled up so much that he can't move. That was a funny gag, and lots of kids have had similar experiences, so people attach their own childhoods to this movie, but that doesn't make it an actual story because it's not. The movie opens up with a sweeping shot of 1940s Midwestern America, blanketed in snow. Yes, it's beautiful, it looks like Christmas, but the beauty lasts about 10 seconds before we meet Ralphie Parker, a boy whose entire world revolves around acquiring a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas. His parents, a teacher, and even a department store Santa tell him the same thing: you'll shoot your eye out. This line is treated like divine revelation. It's repeated so often that by the end, I was wishing somebody would shoot their eye out just to keep things moving along. Between BB gun fantasies, the film wanders through unrelated recollections: a bully named Scut Farkas, a classmate who sticks his tongue on a frozen flagpole, a father obsessed with a leg-shaped lamp, a turkey that falls victim to a pack of neighbor dogs. None of it connects, builds, or culminates in any meaningful way whatsoever. It's a series of events, not a story. The movie drifts from scene to scene, from thing to thing, through sheer inertia based on nostalgia. It's cozy, I'll give it that, but then again so is a good nap. The old man, Ralphie's father, wins a newspaper contest and receives a major award, the leg lamp. Now, the leg lamp has become iconic. There are replicas, t-shirts, yard decorations. There is even a bar about half an hour away from where I live called the Leg Lamp Lounge. Their whole shtick? They have leg lamps in the window. But the actual joke? The leg lamp is tacky, that's it, that's the entire gag. There's no punchline, it just existing is supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be funny because it's gaudy and the dad loves it unironically, sure, mildly amusing for a few seconds, but A Christmas Story is full of stuff like this. Pointless things that happen and go nowhere. The leg lamp gets more screen time than the BB gun. For comparison purposes, let's talk about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. This movie is very similar in that it has a lot of cozy, family, sort of Christmassy events, although this one's a little bit more over the top in its humor, but it centers around a Midwestern family. The main character, Clark Griswold, really wants a bonus from his boss, a Christmas bonus, so that he can buy a swimming pool. That's not really a terribly great motivation, but it does actually give him something that he wants. But it leads to other things. When he doesn't get the Christmas bonus, Cousin Eddie kidnaps his boss. He's a dumb but well-meaning cousin. He did it as a gift. And The boss realizes that not giving Christmas bonuses was actually kind of a shit thing to do. One event leads to another. Clark wants a wholesome family Christmas, but things keep going terribly wrong. And the story is that he's being driven increasingly nuts by just wanting to have a normal, traditional, wholesome family Christmas, but absolutely everything goes wrong, and one thing going wrong leads to another thing going wrong. Because of that, he takes various actions to try to make things right, but only makes them worse. See the difference? In National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, things lead to other things. It's not just something happens after another thing. A Christmas Story's most famous sequence, Ralphie visiting the department store Santa, is a perfect microcosm of the Christmas Story's problem. Ralphie waits in a long line, finally gets his moment, and Santa boots him down the slide with all the enthusiasm that I feel by this point in the film. It's supposed to be hilarious, but it plays like a dream sequence that forgot its own punchline. The pacing is off, the tone is confused, the humor relies entirely on slow repetition. This film is full of moments like that, scenes that might be cute as short stories or chapters, or things that lead to other things, but they collapse under their own weight because they're pointless and go nowhere. What fascinates me and frustrates me about A Christmas Story is that it almost understands the power of storytelling. It's narrated by an older Ralphie looking back at his childhood, trying to recapture that feeling of wonder and anticipation he had as a kid. That's a great premise for a movie. The problem is it never builds on that. It never achieves its goal. Instead, it just stays there in the past, wandering loosely between remembered things. There's no through line. There's no emotional evolution. There's no sense that adult Ralphie is telling a tale that he learned something from. It's not even clear why he's telling it. It's like someone started telling you a story and they got distracted halfway through. So there was this one Christmas where I wanted a BB gun. Oh, and did I tell you about the time my friend licked a pole and my dad got a leg lamp? And we ate Chinese food, the end. That's not a story, that's small talk. I will confess that the Chinese accented Christmas music gag in the Chinese restaurant was legitimately funny. That was my favorite part of the movie. It's not that the humor is bad, it's that it's slight. There's no sharpness, no rhythm, no real escalation. Every joke lands with a moderate thud and then goes on to the next thing. I get why people adore the movie, I really do. If you grew up watching it, it's probably linked to your definition of Christmas. The soft lighting, the narration, the period setting, it all feels very safe and familiar. It's not really about the story at all, it's about feelings. It's about remembering something fondly, and there's nothing wrong with that. But from a storyteller's perspective, that's a big problem. It's a movie that glorifies remembering things without showing why remembering any of it actually matters. I guess if this movie is playing in the background while people go back and forth between the kitchen and living room to get more eggnog or cookies, or between casual conversations, it works as a Christmas decoration on TV, but not as an actual movie. To give credit where credit is due, Peter Billingsley as Ralphie is perfect. The kid nails the role. He's the reason the movie works to the limited extent that it does. The production design is genuinely lovely. The snow looks good, the streets feel lived in, the department store scenes capture the magic of old-fashioned Christmas shopping. On a purely visual level, the movie feels like a vintage Christmas card, and that's a good thing. But even the best set dressing can't make up for the lack of story underneath. It's not that the movie is offensive or cynical or badly made, it's that it doesn't do the one thing it promises: tell a Christmas story. People don't watch it because it's great, they watch it because it's tradition. It's what's on. It's background noise for wrapping presents or falling asleep on the couch after eating too much pumpkin pie, and that's okay. Traditions don't need to make sense, they just need to be consistent. But if you come to the movie expecting an actual story, one with drive, emotion, and consequences, you'll find yourself checking your watch before Ralphie even gets to Santa Claus. A Christmas Story is a paradox, a movie beloved for being comforting, yet builds on absolutely nothing but fragments. If you love this movie, I'm not trying to take that away from you. I'm just here to tell you that I don't care for A Christmas Story because it lacks an actual story worth remembering, such as Ernest Saves Christmas. My name is Eric Wilford Watson. You can find my novels, which hopefully you'll find to be entertaining stories, at Amazon.com, EricWilfordWatson.com. Thank you very much for stopping by my channel. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, folks, Eric Wilford Watson signing out.